Sassy Sassenach, hello everybody. This is just a short video while I get my painting video set up. Since the last two videos where I've printed out the model and we've been planning the colour scheme, I decided why not complicate things and add a little bit of detail to the dragon, to the wheelchair. And I found this nice way of adding scales by creating my own brush in Blender for sculpting. So this way I can add details quickly. This was, I believe, copied from a tutorial by Artisan of Vol, who does excellent tutorials on making miniatures for 3D printing. And if you were cruel, you could probably say that you may as well just watch theirs. Certainly I should really just spend a day or two watching all of those, and I'd probably be a much better sculptor than I am, because there's always some really nice, useful techniques in them. But does Artisan of Vol make little wheelchair toys that they sell for charity? Probably, and they probably do them even better. But so this is just a short video showing me making those scales and applying them. I think they look pretty cool, but this was at the end of a very long day and I wasn't exactly close to my microphone. Although on top of that, it seems like the recording likes to cut off the last things I say whenever I talk and make it sound like I'm rapidly falling away from the microphone. So despite this video being like 4 minutes long, it took ages to edit. So I hope you appreciate this still bad audio. I promised that there would be complaining about video editing content, and here it is. Let's watch. We've got our sculpting plane. I'm going to subdivide it so that we can have a bit more detail. First I'm going to try going inwards, and I want to make some scales. Because we're doing a dragon, we may as well use a Komodo dragon as reference. Could do it sharp. I don't really like sharp, I prefer this nice crease polish. We'll mask it so we're only affecting the inside there. Let's do some scales. Maybe we'll now go around them with a bit of a sharp crease, just to emphasize them a bit more. But I like this kind of smooth gradient you get at the edges otherwise. No idea if this will work. I'm going to go around the middle with a large draw tool to pop them out a bit. Use our nice fill tool to fill them in, as you might expect. I've even inflated them out and they're getting a bit weird, so flatten them, smooth all that out. I'm just going to save that like it is before we mess around with anything. You can see there's weird stuff going on. So we may already be in trouble. We can now see we can place that pattern where we want. Now we can make this kind of pattern, but it's not really the type of pattern I'm after, although I'm sure I'll find a use for it for something. Yeah, let's go with something a bit more like this. Yeah, that looks nicer. Okay, so we've got a little scale detail on here already that I've put in by hand. Now we've got our brush. Got to remember to set it to vector displace, and we've replaced our draw brush with it. I think other than that we're probably okay, apart from we'll probably need to do some little finagling. So yeah, now we got our brush. Angle random might be good. That's just about fiddling with the spacing until we find something we like. It's not bad. I wonder if we can find a way to randomize the size with the stroke. I don't know is the answer. So we'll just do that ourselves. You can see it puts some nice details in place rotation wise, so that's something to think about next time I do this. But it looks quite good. It adds some nice details to the hand. What we can probably also do is reduce the strength of the large one, get some nice soft scale patterns. Just increase it a little bit more. Then we can just brush it all the way up like that. Nice. Yeah, very powerful new technique actually. I'm going to smooth out some of these because they're a little jaggedy. I think that won't actually be visible in the model, but you never know. It's a fairly large model, so more of it is visible than normal. Very cool. So the only problem is this is going to be 1 billion polys now, probably. Yeah, we basically added 1 million polygons at least with those scales, which is not very efficient. Just checking the claws, but actually and one more bit of sculpting. Yeah, now the back looks like it's part of the dragon. We should leave it there, otherwise I'll never stop. I'm already looking at other bits. Stop. Alright, that's too much scale. Stop. Get rid of some of these bazillion polygons. Nice, and Microsoft has no issues with it. Just trying to remember all the supports I need to add. Basically to all the pointy tips. At some point we'll have to do a video where I learn to manual support, but that day is not today. It's been a long day. And there's a lot of things to support on this thing. But presumably a lot of these supports are not needed. The auto support tends to add supports where you don't need them and no supports where you do need them. But it generally works pretty well. I just know it's something people are particular about. And some of the things like here, where it supports clipping into the edge of things, that's not ideal. You prefer it to be sort of here underneath, so the front of these isn't damaged. Every Thursday, someone just honks their horn as loud as they can for a while. If anyone knows what that's about, let me know. Okay, we'll send this off to the printer, print them, and maybe have time to airbrush them today. We'll see. Thanks, everyone.